How's it going? This is Jay with Act Now Education. I'm here with Dan Goldenberg. He's the Executive Director for the Call of Duty Endowment. How's it going, Dan?
It's going great, Jay. Thanks so much for having me.
We appreciate it. Can you kind of go into what the Call of Duty Endowment is?
Yeah, absolutely. We are a nonprofit ourselves, though we are a private foundation. So we fund other nonprofits, specifically focus on helping veterans achieve high quality employment. We're just over 10 years old, and so far we've funded the placement of just over 69,000 vets into high quality jobs in the US and the UK. We scour the landscape to find the highest performing nonprofits. There's a lot in the veteran space. So last I checked on Charity Navigator, there were 68,000 veteran nonprofits in the United States. Our job is to find the best ones, fund them, help them grow, and get the most jobs for as many veterans as possible that are high quality.
So for the veterans and for the nonprofits, can you kind of go into the process of applying?
We have a process called the Seal of Distinction approach. And really it's a vetting to find these high performing organizations. We're only funding organizations focused on veteran employment. We're very narrow in what we do. We don't even fund spouse employment, just transitioning service members and veterans and members of the Guard and Reserve. So we're nonprofits that apply, and if they pass our vetting, they're awarded the Seal of Distinction. They get a $30,000 unrestricted grant, and then the opportunity to apply for additional funding at a much higher level. We're not really funding startup organizations. We're funding organizations with a track record of several years that can show that they've had incredible impact in helping vets find jobs. Those jobs are high quality and it's done at a reasonable cost. Anyway, they click on the Partners tab of our website, and that's callofdutyendowment.org. There's a link where they can sign up to be notified for when the application goes live. And then for veterans looking for employment and for companies that want to hire them, we have some resources as well. If you click on the Veterans tab, there's an opportunity for both US and UK veterans on our website to apply, and we'll route them to one of our 12 nonprofit partners to help them get the support they need to land a high quality job.
That's awesome. Are those organizations listed?
Yeah, they're on. So, we always encourage people, if they want to go directly through our site, they can, or if not, reach out directly to any of those organizations. But if you click on our Partners tab, it'll come up with a listing of all the organizations we currently work with right now. And of course, this is all free to the veteran. And they can feel very confident that they're working with the best organizations. So our organizations focused exclusively on high quality employment, you can feel confident working with them that they'll be able to help you out. Everything from trying to get a handle on what you want to do after the service, to getting your resume in shape, to lining up interviews, to practicing for interviews, all this kind of stuff, getting advice on how to conduct yourself once hired, how to negotiate, all this stuff. These organizations are phenomenal at doing that.
As far as like any upcoming events, do you guys have any upcoming events or any webinars, anything else where people can find out more?
Yeah, I encourage folks to engage, if you're looking for specific information for their own employment benefit directly with our grantees, those organizations I referenced. But also, we do a number of things. We help veterans find high quality work through our grantees. We find and fund the best ones. We also encourage employers to hire veterans. So we've done a few national campaigns. You can go to our YouTube channel and see some of those national campaigns. Recently did one with Secretary Mattis talking about the value of hiring veterans.
Oh, that is good information. Well, as a veteran, what advice would you give a transitioning service member or a veteran?
I have a lot of these conversations, and the questions are fundamentally the same, which is, what do you want to do with your life? It's a hard question for anyone, whether you're a veteran or not, right? Some people are very lucky and they figure that out and they just follow that path and it's the right way. But for most of us, that's not the case. And so I'd say invest a lot of your time in figuring out what the right answer is, understanding that the first job you take out in the military might not be exactly on point. The key is to be a job that gets you on that path. It may take 3 or 4 job changes to get you where you really need to be, and that's okay. So I would say invest time in understanding what you really want to do. And it's important not to get caught up in the what you can do versus what you want to do. These are separate things. They can relate, but as an example, just because you have a security clearance doesn't mean you have to work in the civilian intelligence agency or a contractor or something like that. We know about 50% of people end up not working in their MOS outside, and that's okay. I would say don't let what you've done in the military be a barrier to what you want to do. Now, if the two are lined up, if you loved what you did in your military, fantastic, run with it. But, when the bills are coming due and you're looking, at transition coming up, it's really easy to sort of follow the herd mentality and go work for a defense contractor or something. And that might be a great job for you. But you might be like, you know what, I've been doing that for 20 years or for 5 years, and I want to do something totally different. I want to get away from the government. I mean, that was me. I didn't want, I flew planes and worked in the intelligence community. I didn't want to do either of those things in the civilian world. And it takes work to get there. But just know that there's resources out there. There are people like our 12 nonprofits that will support you to help you figure it out. You don't have to do it on your own. The other thing I'd say is in that process, you gotta get over being afraid to do two things. You can't be afraid to brag on yourself. You just got to find a way to be comfortable with that. Because if you don't tell people the cool things you've done, they're never going to know about it, right? And so one vehicle for that is a great resume. Another one is networking and talking with people. And I think to some folks in the military, the term networking seems like a dirty word. It seems like an unclean act or something, but it's not. It's how the world works. It's not going to cocktail parties and shaking hands. It's finding people who have been where you want to be and asking them for guidance. And if they're good people, they'll provide it. Use your networks. Could be people from high school, from college, from the military who left the military, or just people out there who care about veterans. So as an example, a great resource for that, to ask questions. If I want to go do job X, if I want to be a game developer, go connect with a game developer and say, what's a week in your life like? What's a month? What's a year like? What's a development cycle like? Ask these questions. People actually like to talk about what they do and they'll be willing to help you out. There's a great resource. It's free called Veterati. If you're not familiar with it, okay, obviously you are, Jay, but an amazing resource to find folks in areas you're interested in who are willing and eager to mentor you. So use those resources. I will tell you the best network in the world. I don't care what anyone says. It's not going to a big name business school or anything like that. It's your brother and sister veterans. They'll be happy to give you a helping hand, give you some knowledge, give you some connections. We're all kind of taught in the military as leaders to be mentors and look out for each other, right? And it's actually not a hard thing to do, and most people take pleasure in doing it. So just don't be shy.
Absolutely. Well, then I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. This was awesome. Definitely for nonprofits that are interested, please go to the website, find out more, learn about what you need to do in order to apply. And then for veterans, don't let these opportunities go unnoticed. Make sure you apply to this program. If you're looking for resources, you're in that transition mode, you're trying to figure out what's your next step. Reach out. There's 12 organizations that Dan has that's definitely willing to help you. So that's a good place to start. But please reach out to his organization, find out more. Thank you again, Dan, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks so much for all your great work.
All right, awesome.